Hello, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute, but I'm really excited to make YouTube content again and get back into shooting. And today I'm doing an expansion on a reel that I created for Instagram where I talked about all of the beauty items that I no longer buy. Everyone wanted me to talk about why I no longer buy those items. These videos are so fun to film, and I would love to do a lifestyle version if that is interesting to you. I love this type of content and I love seeing what people buy or don't buy just as a part of their life. I think it's really inspiring just to like rethink our own purchases and why we buy things. So I'm gonna jump right in and start off with foundation. So foundation is not something that I wear in my day-to-day. I much prefer to wear a tinted sunscreen or a skin tint. And the reason being is I'm an esthetician. Skincare is like my jam. I spend a lot of time making sure that my skin looks nice and glowy and healthy and even. And I pretty much wore a super full coverage foundation through most of my 20s until I really got into skincare and sorted out my skin issues. And I feel like now that I'm here, I don't want to go back there. That being said, I do test foundations that are sent to me by brands, but I don't ever reach for them. I mean, even at wedding events, I always go for like the Chanel skin tint, and I'll wear like a little bit of concealer if I want more coverage. I am wearing this one today and it's beautiful. It's the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow that just launched. But again, I'm testing this for Instagram. I want to share my thoughts with followers who might be interested in, even if it's not something that I wear every day, but I just don't go out and purchase them. I've kind of steered away from buying products to review for followers unless it's something that I am going to use in my day-to-day life with my own like makeup and skincare preferences. So now that I've steered away from that, I've stopped buying foundations. Well, the second item is sheet masks. I feel like there's been a lot of talk about sheet masks and how wasteful they are, the single-use plastic. Even though a lot of them are biodegradable now, they're just not something that really adds much to your skincare routine. They don't do anything different than a hydrating serum would, so I just find them completely unnecessary and a waste of money. Now, that's my personal opinion. Obviously, if you find them useful or helpful in your life or your skincare routine, you know, they help you relax. You do you. I'm just sharing why I personally do not buy sheet masks. The next is hydrating primers. Pretty much all of my skincare is hydrating, so I don't need a primer that specifically and only focuses on hydration. I really like to use a product that's going to add like a glow underneath my base. So if the product is only hydrating, I'm not interested. I want something glowy. I love the Face Glaze by In Beauty. I love Chanel's shimmery base, but that's pretty much the only type of primer I'm going to ever purchase. The next thing that I don't buy are single ingredient serums. And that being, I much prefer to have a product in my routine that is going to multitask. There are so many amazing ingredients and so many different benefits from different ingredients. So why would you layer like 6 or 7 serums that have one single ingredient when you could multitask and use one product? Yes, it might be a little bit more expensive, but I'm lazy. I don't have a lot of time in my life, and so I really just like to streamline my routine by getting a product that's going to brighten, smooth, get rid of hyperpigmentation. That's like one example, but you can get all of those things in one product instead of buying, 7 different serums. The next thing that I don't buy are skincare, makeup, anything backups, because by the time I've gotten to the backup, there's a new thing that's launched and may have taken its place, and then I'm like, I'm left with this thing, so I just don't do it. I truly wait until something is empty, and then I will wait until a sale to repurchase it, usually the Sephora sale, but I just can't do it. There's so many new innovations and things that have come out in the last few years that have replaced, a staple in my routine that backups just don't make sense anymore. Disposable lip or eye masks. So this is kind of the same reason as a sheet mask. I just don't really see the use in using like a single package or plastic wrap for an eye mask. I have my reusable ones, and pretty much everyone makes reusable eye masks now. I have some from Mango. I think I have some from Beekman. So I have a few, and I just use whatever eye gel I have around, and I much prefer that. I also just prefer using like a regular old lip mask that I would use as like an overnight treatment or a lip balm on my lips instead of a single use product. Next up is nail polish. And this is mostly because my lifestyle has just changed. I've gotten back into CrossFit and my nail polish chips after like 3 days of moving around weights, a barbell. They don't last, and so I've stopped buying them, and I actually don't have that many anymore. But now this is kind of one where I'm buying something instead. I'm buying press-ons, but I can usually get 2 to 3 weeks out of one set of press-ons, but they stay on. I don't wear them all the time, but when I want to have nail polish, I'll instead buy a press-on product that will last much longer than my nail polish. Shaving products. And now this is one where I've had laser hair removal all over my body, and I did that to basically be lazy. It's one of those high maintenance things that I did so that I could be really low maintenance later in life, and it was honestly one of the best decisions I made. I never have to think about hair. I just go on about my life, and that's why I don't buy shaving products anymore, but I definitely had an upfront cost. The next one is body lotion or butter, which I think sounds shocking to people, but if you followed me for any amount of time, you know I'm a body oil girl. I go through one like every 2 to 3 weeks. And so I get sent a lot of body lotions and butters, and like my husband uses them, and I give them away to tons of family and friends. They love getting, body products. But I'm just someone who likes to stand in my still steamy shower and apply my body oil. I don't like getting out and being cold and applying lotion. This is totally just a personal preference. So it's just not something I buy anymore, even if it's like really hyped up. I'm not going to buy it because I'm going to buy body oils instead. The next one is face palettes, and I just find myself reaching for products that are more compact, easier to travel. I never end up using enough of the products in there. I end up reaching for like 1 or 2, and kind of like, what's the point of a face palette if you're only reaching for like 1 blush, 1 bronzer in there and nothing else? So I just kind of don't really buy any face palettes anymore, and I haven't in probably 3 years. Lip exfoliators. I kept trying and hunting to try to find something, and the truth is I could just wet a washcloth and wipe it over my lips, and ta-da, my lips are exfoliated and ready to go with a lip mask. I also just find you can just use a lip mask over and over and your lips will eventually be healed. So I need to stop looking for this holy grail product, and I haven't bought one in probably over a year, but I just feel like they're not necessary. So the next one is eyeliner. So this is something where I wear like a couple of times a year, and often I end up using an eyeshadow as eyeliner. So you don't even need to have eyeliners to do an eyeliner look. I just don't reach for them anymore. I don't wear them daily. I don't even wear them weekly. So I have enough. I need to stop buying them. I probably haven't purchased one in over a year, and thankfully I know I get sent a few from brands, but it's not like a product I'm regularly sent. But I can't go through what I even have, so I need to just stop, and I don't wear them barely ever. Makeup wipes. These are just like not great for your skin. I think now they're a lot more biodegradable, so that's less of an issue of the amount of waste you're creating, but more just they're not great at removing makeup. They can feel really harsh on your skin. They tend to burn my sensitive skin. I do think they're great if you're someone who is in an instance where you like can't really wash your face, like after a surgery or something. They're totally fine, but they're just like not amazing for your skin, and they don't feel good on my skin. So I'd prefer to just avoid them. If I do get sent them from a brand, I actually will use them when I do swatch videos and, to wipe off makeup in between, but that's really it. Next one is eyeshadow palettes. I was waiting forever for Natasha Denona to launch a neutral eyeshadow palette. She did. I bought it. It's beautiful. I wear it every time we're like have a wedding or an event. And then Mario came out with his beautiful neutral palette. Again, stunning. And I know the irony of me talking about eyeshadow palettes is I'm wearing eyeshadow right now, but day to day I don't reach for a lot of eyeshadow. It's more for events. It's going to take me my lifetime to get through what I have, and I also get sent some eyeshadows, but usually they're individual, and I tend to like individual because, I'll just bring like 1 or 2 with me if I'm like going to New York City overnight or on a weekend trip. But again, I have kind of what I need, and I just don't need any more. And it's kind of to the point where like color stories, there's nothing new that's kind of coming out that's even like piquing my interest, because I'm like, I have all of these color stories. I have way too many eyeshadow palettes. Face masks. And I think this one will be surprising to people because I love skincare, but I don't think that face masks make or break a skincare routine. If you are taking care of your skin day in and day out, they can be nice to use, but I honestly just don't have the time to sit around for 20 minutes with a mask on my face and then leave it on too long or whatever. If I'm doing any face masks, it's like a 2-minute mask in the shower. I'm not keeping it on. I'm not like laying around on my couch. I just don't have the time. And like I said, I don't think they're a necessary part of a skincare routine. They can just be nice and relaxing to have, very similar to like a sheet mask, but not a necessary item to have. And because I just don't care to use them, I just don't buy them. Okay, so the last one is makeup brushes. I have bought so many brushes over the last 2 years, and I do get sent some. I just have so many that there is zero chance that if I see someone using a new brush and their blush looks seamless, that I don't have something nearly identical in my collection. I do think you do need to have, you know, like a few brushes you feel really confident using for the type of makeup style that you like to do, and I have more than enough, and I should never buy another brush for as long as I live. And I take pretty good care of my brushes. Some of them I've had a decade, so like, let's cool it with the brushes, Devin. But I hope this kind of gives a deeper explanation of why I do or do not buy certain beauty things, whether or not I have too many or they just don't fit into my personal lifestyle or preferences. I would love to hear below, what are some of the things that you no longer buy or maybe used to? I think it's so interesting to kind of reevaluate what we buy and what we don't. And let me know if you want to see that lifestyle video, and I will see you in the next video.